Alright, what's up guys? At Barber Motorsports Park. I just did random weather afternoon, so looks like we actually got pretty good testing weather. I kind of like this area, and weather's in this area because it's a little bit up more on the hotter side, but not too hot to where it's unrealistic. From what I've seen throughout the week, so just got the Silverstone setup that I wasn't happy with, and I'm gonna try that here. I probably haven't driven this track for a couple years. I have had a fair amount of time on it. Rear tires are greasy to start, per usual. So yeah, I'm kind of at the point. Like my problem right now is I just haven't been spending enough time with the car, so I'm kind of getting out of sync with it and the progression I'd like to do in a normal season. So I kind of need to. I don't know if because I started working again, so I don't have quite as much time. So I need to figure out if I'm gonna do both cars, or if I'm gonna stick with one car. Like this week's gonna be pretty limited in videos too, because I'll be out of town half the week, and another half I'll be working. Why is this all set off? But I don't know. Just trying to get a rhythm going here because I'm kind of getting out of rhythm and it's hurting the setups. Like last week I should have, or the Silverstone said I should have probably driven for like 2-3 more hours to get it really figured out. That rear end problem I was having. Nice and light over the crest. It's rare. I don't know if I've ever had a car do that. Rear end was steering there too. I think I still got really stiff springs in it. Might just go back to the soft ones, or now I'm kind of feeling like I went to the soft ones at Silverstone. Just gonna run about 10 laps, make an adjustment. A little bit understeer over the crest there. Like it's got understeer and then it goes to oversteer, so
1 minute 35.94.
not good. I.e. not good. Could also be overdriving it, just had that thought. Okay, if the tires break loose here, oh yeah, oh yeah. That was 4th gear too. I'm definitely gonna have to go full downforce. I'm doing that. That's a thing. That's gonna be a thing. I'm gonna stop pussyfooting around that. It's a fun little section there. It's kind of got like a Laguna Seca feel to it. Corkscrew. So you can brake between the 2 and the 3 board there. Just get ready for it to kind of want to push right there. Third gear looks pretty good through this whole section. Double apex. Oh, I guess it's a single apex, but 2 corners in both of them. Or an apex in both of them, and then the front stretch. Alright, where are we braking?
1 minute 30.
A little after 3. Alright, now we gotta be ready for the rear end to want to kill us here, so we'll try a different line, be a little bit light with the throttle. We made it. I'm braking at the 3. Yeah, it'll be a good brake point. I feel a little bit of a cohesion between me, the car, and the track right now. Yeah, are we braking? Say in between 2 and 3 right now. Almost braking at 1 there. Almost. Being very gentle with the throttle as I get back on it there. Actually, I went up to 4th. Don't know if I need to. We'll try a 3rd next lap and see what happens.
One minute 33.19.
And stay flat-footed. So you can keep it pinned if you run the correct line. I just had to pinch down too much, binding the car up. But we'll also see what happens when we put some more downforce in it, get a little more grip in the rear. Pretty good flow through there that time. So remember to just only use 3rd this time, see what it feels like. Trying to use a lot of that end curb to kind of help me turn. Yeah, so these are kind of one of those in between gear situations, so probably end up using 4th. Man, right now the way I got the car set up, you really gotta drive it.
1 minute 31.
It's fun, but I don't think it's fast. Kind of interested to see what happens if I just put Baseline on here, because I did that one fixed race. The car actually felt pretty good for... Ooh, I'm not lifting. Suzuki East. Oh, we broke way too late. Alright, forget about it. I'll make an adjustment because I'll definitely be able to feel it. Alright, what springs? Do we still have the super stiff ones in there? Let's go with the wing first, because if you have stiffer springs and you do more wing, it's actually better aerodynamically. There, it helps with the grip, helps optimize your wing and all that fun stuff. Pretty simple. More wing just means more weight pushing down your rear tires. I don't know if it's in my head, but it's already noticeable on the outlap, which is kind of a big deal because this car's been such a nightmare on the outlap. Really sent that in there. Right now I got a lot of confidence in the car, so I'm gonna kind of try and overdrive it and see what happens. I'll understeer. Oh. Oh yeah, there's tons more grip now. Tons more grip. Maybe that's all it was. Maybe the baseline just has a lot of wing in it. I'll have to look at it. Ah, no ABS. See, if I again, my never-ending battle with ABS. If ABS was off there, we wouldn't have hit the wall. I just kind of was really overdriving it there, see what I could get away with. I mean, that's such a big difference right there. Even though it still got loose on me, like on the outlap, to be flat-footed like that and run that line like that, and it only kind of broke loose like that, and it's pretty slow and predictable. Like, shows you what a difference that wing makes, just 2 clicks. Like, that probably would have spun out on me with the old wing setting right there, because I was flat-footed on exit and it was getting loose on me, but it was a controllable slide. That's a fun section right there. Just come up over the crest, feel the car get light, feel it kind of drift out to the edge. It's a fun track to drive, hard track to pass at. It's another one of those you just gotta wait for somebody to make a mistake tracks. There's just not really many good legitimate passing opportunities. You gotta kind of wait for them to bobble on exit and you get a good run off or something like that. Or they just completely blow the corner and you take the position. That's how I recommend driving it. It has much more manageable. Keep messing up that first corner and you start focusing on that. First part of that little chicane. Yeah, just use fourth just a second there once you get comfortable enough to do it. Be a little boost.
One minute 32.89.
Yeah, it's wants to go around on me there if I just try and get on the throttle all the way. Alright, let's try and get this first apex here. Brake a little bit earlier. Still kind of missed it.
One minute 32.23.
Car's feeling good. Not perfect, but heck of a lot better with more wing in it. I would like to get faster in this car just to, because right now I'm having a lot of fun with it because it's kind of sliding around. You kind of have to drive it, but I feel like if I get the setup a little bit better, I just wonder if you still kind of slide it around when you're super fast in it, or you're sure there's always a little bit of slip in there.
1 minute 32.44.
I feel like everything's kind of pointing towards I kind of need to focus on one car on the roadside. Because I'm going to keep doing the oval race, and so probably, I don't know, we'll see. Not going to make any definite decisions yet, but just kind of thinking out loud right now. Alright, so still want to make an adjustment of the suspension to get that rear end just a little more, Hey, Z, copy late 4th. Hope you had a good one. Yeah, but I want to make some kind of damper adjustment, maybe even mess with the springs real quick, see what that does. If I can get this rear end just to hook up just a little bit more, it'd be pretty money. I think I'm getting close, so especially with this wing adjustment I made here. Alright. Let's try the springs real quick. See if that's too much. So we'll just soften up the rear, so it just should help the rear hug a little bit more. Always have to readjust the ride height. That went down like 1/10 of an inch, it looked like. So I'll just raise it as high as it. Alright. So with that softer rear end, it's like making a softer rear roll bar, or pretty much everything you're doing is just making it so that rear end's gonna roll, or won't have the rigidity that it did before, so should equal understeer. Or head that direction. But Also, with softer springs, the wing behaves differently too. The rear end sags more. So, woo, that felt good. Still couldn't turn at all the wheel exact. Whoa, whoa, whoa! That doesn't feel good. See, the rear end was kind of wishy-washy there. Like there's no rear sway bar in it. But it can also make it much more compliant over the bumps. That felt pretty good. Because where the softer springs is really gonna help is the low speed stuff. The higher speed stuff, the stiffer springs might actually be better with the higher rear wing. Just trying to see what I can get away with. It's not magic. The set is not magic. Feels a lot better coming out of that corner with the softer springs. Feels better over that with the softer springs too. So in theory, it should feel really good coming out of here, or better. Feels much better out of that corner. And that feels good too. That's the only spot I was really worried about it, because it felt like last lap it was kind of washed out on me, but that lap felt better. I think it was just that first lap was a woo, that felt good. That felt real good. Thing just hooked right there. Alright. I just butchered that corner. Never let it swung. I didn't let it swing out wide enough, and I was too narrow on my apex, so I just ruined it.
1 minute 32.25.
Oh yeah, okay. I'm getting excited. Getting excited. Feels good. Feels good. This is why I like tuning. This moment right here. This is why. Kinda had to let it run itself out. I think I need to work on that corner as a driver. Oh, feels good. Pushing it. Feels good. Alright, this is fun. Having a good time. I'm just seeing what I can get away with there. I thought I had that, but I wasn't ready for it to quite snap back on me that hard. Thought I was gonna be able to pull off a bitchin' power slide there. Definitely overdriving right now, but it's kind of part of the plan, because I know the set's good if I drive it normally. I was just trying to see where its flaws are. A little bit understeer there. But that's, corner kind of falls away from you, so it's kind of natural for the car to, like this one, car to get understeer until the suspension compresses right there. That just feels so good. There's a little slidey right there, but I'm really cooking these tires right now, so kind of expect that. This is a solid baseline. I'm stoked. Because I just kind of felt bad last week. I didn't even realize I was a whole week off last week when I put the Silverstone stuff out. So, kind of feel good to get back on track with at least one of the cars. Alright, I'm just gonna run, I don't know, I'll just run the tank now and call it a deal, make a tire adjustment after that, and call it good for the baseline at least. Work on that line a little bit more. Alright, almost just kind of run like I would in a race now. I'm not trying to cook the tires since I'm gonna do a little bit longer run. Just trying to be nice and smooth now.
One minute 32.13.
You can just roll onto the throttle. You don't need to mat it when you get back onto the throttle with this car. And there's definitely times you can, but I recommend waiting until you get comfortable with how the car behaves when you get on the throttle before you just start matting it. Oh man, it's blind, and I haven't got my turning right at all. I'm waiting to see the apex and to turn in. You can't do that with that corner. You have to turn in before you even see the apex. So, gotta get that muscle memory figured out. Man, you really drive that last corner with the wheel and the throttle. You're kind of just trying to get the car to balance.
1 minute 32.
Just how you want it to. Try and let that one swing out a little bit more. Get a second apex. I think you're kind of better off just holding the line low the whole time. Oh, wheel spin. It'll understeer through the middle there if I want to nitpick it. There we go, I got through there pretty good that time. Yeah, I'm holding in there. See if you just blow your corner right there if you hold that line low like I did all the way through there. You gotta let it swing all the way out and then come back so you can get that good setup for the last corner.
1 minute 32.59.
I'll just keep it on the white line this time. Come out to the curb, back to the apex. Man, these A-pillars kill me. Just can't see the corner half the time on entry. Well, the whole time on entry, I can't see the apex because of the A-pillar. There we go. That was a good line. So yeah, let it get all the way out here. Only problem is you gotta be watching out for people trying to stick their nose in there, and then you can get this better line right there.
One minute 32.6.
Want to kind of get the wheel as straight as you can as you're coming up over that crest. Get your line set up, so you hope that rear end out as much as you can, because it's trying everything it can to break loose, even though, I mean, the set's pretty decent over that hill right now, but if you get lazy about it, it will break loose on you there. Wait, how much fuel is in this thing? Is that the right amount of fuel? Oh, it was a longer race for Silverstone. Yeah, I don't need this much fuel. What was the old number? Hold on. Let me double check the schedule real quick. So we got too much fuel in the car right now, which is a good problem, I think. Need to find the schedule. Yeah, because Silverstone is 45. This is only 30, so yeah, we can go back to her. Alright, so first what I'm going to do is I'm going to save this as... Because I can't remember exactly how much, so we'll just grab an old setup real quick. 11. So grab this back. Go back to the barber. Now watch the ride height, because when I take fuel out of it, it's gonna raise the car, because that's where the fuel tank is. Bring this down to 11.9. See, the car's getting higher. So now we got to bring the car back down, so that means you click on this arrow. I just don't know. I want a visual what a spring perch is, actually. I know what it is, but I don't know what is it offset from. Like, a fender? Anyways, just something I always want to know. So, there we go. We're back in spec. Less fuel. Kind of want to make like a couple more adjustments and do like another little 10-lap run. We'll go one click on the rebound. So what I'm thinking about right now is like as you're getting on the throttle, the nose will raise, and by increasing the rebound, it slows the rate at which that raises, and basically it slows the transfer weight from the front tires to the rear tires, so it creates more understeer because there's less momentum in it, I guess. And then paralleling that, or working with that, I'll take one click out of the rear bump, because instead of the rear bump, you know, being more resistance as the spring compresses, and just that more resistance just gets transferred into the tires, pushing into the asphalt quicker. This slows the rate at which that weight transfer happens again, so again, more understeer. And I think that'll be it. Oh, let's see what the tires were real quick. It was a quick run, but still might be able to get something. Ooh, that's interesting. This is the fronts are a heck of a lot. I mean, did they do an update? Maybe they updated this. Because this isn't even close to equal anymore. I'm not. That was a decent run, right? 7 laps, so definitely. I feel like last time I was really paying attention to the pressures was Brands Hatch. I feel like these would have been 27 as well right now, so I'm actually gonna go. Maybe I did something along the way. Anyways, shoot. Because now I just had the thought that I remember I liked it around 28 all around. This is a curveball right now. I wasn't expecting this. So I either have the option of going up to 2 clicks here, or actually 4. Going down. Let's do this. Let's go down 1 click here. Should I go up here? We'll do it. We'll go up 1 click here. So now we should. Dang it! When I do that. All right. So now everything should be around 26.5 after about 7 laps. And then in another video, or you guys can on your own test, like, you know, bring those tire pressures up 1 click all around, or bring them down all around 1 click, and see how the car does for you. Yeah. Now I got the fuel sorted. Let's run a couple laps here and call it. But I'm gonna try and drive them all. I think I wouldn't a race, so I can see how good the tires are. I'm gonna get up to heat without abusing them. Oh, you gotta be really careful first lap braking there. For some reason, the car is just weird. It's very slimy. That feels really good. You just have to be so patient before you turn in. And it's a bummer when someone tries to pass you there too, because it just ends up slowing both of you down. Because even if he gets to the inside of you there, he has 0 position for the next corner. You know, he will never make that pass unless you kind of mess up, and then he gets a little bit, maybe his front nose ahead of you, and then he can kind of get positioned into the last corner. But it's a very low percentage completion pass. Yeah, it feels pretty good there. Well, it feels better than last time. I'm not gonna say it's perfect, but I like it. Yeah. Just need to run a lot of laps before I really get that section down, or that first initial turn in. You gotta be super patient. It's too patient. Not patient enough.
1 minute 32.79.
Yeah, see, now the car feels nice and stable there, but the first lap under braking is definitely weird. And the track's cooled down a bit. It's gone down about 7 degrees since we started. Yeah, I really like that section. I like kind of fast sweepers over hills like that, where you just kind of let it dance or wash out to the outside of the track. Some aspects of this reminds me a lot of it just feels like an updated Mid-Ohio kind of, you know.
1 minute 32.14.
Big old roller coaster. Gotta remember to look at the baseline setup. I keep forgetting to look and see what the wing is. I bet it's max, just based on how this feels and how it felt in that race last week at Suzuka. Woo! Yeah, this is fun. Ah, turned in too early. Turned in too early.
One minute 31.48.
That's such a weird corner. I don't know why. I think it's just so flat and almost feels negative camber, but just such an awkward corner. It's like the antithesis of every other corner around this track. It's like, alright, we gotta make one awkward corner. Oh boy. Hit the curb a little weird that time, but you know what, I'm happy with this. Practice pit entry, cause why not? Oh boy. Oh, I thought that was it. Man, this is a gnarly pit. Alright, well, I'm happy with that for a baseline. Oh yeah, I want to look at the baseline. See what that wing is. So I definitely need to run more laps because I didn't really ever run a clean one. But I'm happy with the setup as a baseline for you guys, most definitely. Alright, let's see, what is baseline? I'm gonna put $5 on a 5-wing. Oh, it's a 3-wing. Shoot, I need to work up on my setup more then. Here, let's try it real quick. I'll actually try this. Because I'm basing it off Suzuka, so I gotta do a fair comparison, see what baseline feels like around here. This will be interesting. I might actually just start doing this every week at the end of the videos. Just run baseline for like 5 laps or so. Compare it to mine. Because that feels really good. That feels a lot better than mine. Not better than mine. It's got better turn in. That felt better than mine. Oh, that feels better than mine. Baseline's pretty good, boys. This is the first lap. It'll be interesting to see what it feels like after a couple laps, but right now it's kicking my butt. That feels really good. Well, I had a good baseline for you guys, but it looks like the baseline's better than my baseline. Let that swing out a little bit wider. Oh, it feels really good actually. I think I was just kind of steering a little too hard the first lap. I like the way the front bites on entry. Dude, baseline's solid. This is a solid setup. I think I might just have to throw my setup in the garbage and start again, which is all part of setting cars up. Very typical to go down a wrong road, especially in the beginning. Alright, yep, that's a hell of a lot better than my setup. The way I got through that last corner.
1 minute 30.89.
I mean, the only way I could try and pick it apart is by running a lot of laps and seeing if it starts picking up a ton of understeer. But I just ran a 30. I mean, it's gonna have to really fall off for that to be more of a negative than this is a positive. Alright, I will share my setup, but I'm gonna say stick with baseline, because I ran a 30 with it very easily. Which is awesome. Because honestly, that's what I want. I just want to be able to get in the car and go race it, but I also like working on cars. But usually you have to work with a bad setup. This just isn't the case. It's kind of the opposite. Like, I came in with my own setup, which was garbage. Got that to be a little bit better. But it's still not as composed as it. This doesn't have the understeer mine does on entry and middle. So I'll have to analyze the all the settings. See what makes it so much better on that entry. I mean, what, the tires are as low as tire pressures is. See, like, so what I could do is like backwards engineer it, right? Like, start taking stuff from this and applying it to the other one, or you can just build off this, which I would probably just build off this. Which is wild though, because oh, they started off with max cambers in this. I forgot. I was gonna say it's crazy it's doing that good with normal cambers, but it's already maxed out. So they just got the 5.5. They got a 2 roll bar. They have 0 towing in the rear, which is actually surprising, because this is more, theoretically, this is more unstable than mine, because mine's negative, like 1/64th, which is, should be more stable in the rear, but this, I mean, I guess this rear end does feel more stable. 5 and 5 and 2 rear roll bar, and then my setup. A 3 and a 1. You can just, and you can see it in the numbers of the baseline. It's just a more, and that doesn't always make it a better setup, but the numbers are just more balanced. Like, this is a 2, this is a 2. So the roll bars are, that part of the car is rolling the same. I think it's the same springs. Yeah, the 850 and the 1000. So you see the 2 roll bar, the 2 roll bar. Huh. Alright, well. So, like, what I would do if I had backwards engineer it, I would take these to like 5 and 5, because that's what the iRacing setup is, right? Yeah. And then I'd see how that feels, but I'm kind of over this. Video's already an hour long. So, run baseline, guys. Thanks for watching how to tune cars. Run baseline. Nah, it's a good problem to have, seriously. But I guess I'll just start building off baseline and from here on out. Alright, well guys, see you guys in the next one.